Are you the agent that's constantly jumping around from lead generation tactic to lead generation tactic, and you're now wondering what you can possibly do because you're just trying to get that next transaction? Well, I'm here to tell you that a recent Fannie Mae article was released that said that real estate transactions are paced at their lowest rate since 1995. Yeah, that's right. The lowest amount of transactions are happening in our real estate market nationwide since 1995. That's a 30-year low. So that may very well be the reason that you are struggling to gain traction and why maybe your transaction numbers fell off. But I'm here to tell you that some of the top producers and the top agent friends I know have had the best, if not very close to an extremely productive year right here, right now in that same market. I'm going to tell you their secret next. What's up, guys? I'm Jeremy Kane, Real Estate Agent Playbook. Always here helping you get a win every single day at the game of real estate. If you like what you hear, please like the video. If you really like it, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. I provide content on how to organically scale your real estate business through organic lead generation and using social media to absolutely crush all of your goals and your tactics. If you have any questions, please engage. We love the comments. We love going back and forth. If you do have something, we can get in contact one-on-one, no problem. Leave a comment, reach out in the links below, and we can figure that out. But for now, let's get into it. First and foremost, we as agents struggle from shiny object syndrome. As someone who closes 40 to 50 transactions a year and serves 125 agents currently in my organization with coaching and all the things, I am absolutely in that boat with you. There's always that one idea. You're like, that's really cool. That could work. Well, I'm here to tell you that that is one of the problems, bouncing from lead generation pillar to lead generation pillar and not really focusing and barreling down on exactly what works for you and your personality. We are all different. We are all in different markets. I'm a part of a global organization, so the ideas are endless. The collaboration is absolutely next level, but part of that is we have to guard against shiny object syndrome. And the truth is, when I'm talking to my friends and my top producing buddies and other icon agents within EXP and the Wolfpack, there is a lot that is the same, right? They're just getting back to basics. They're doing what they've done. They're relying on their tried and true lead generation pillars, and shiny object syndrome is the exact opposite, jumping from thing to thing. Now, certainly, as high performers and entrepreneurs, there's certainly time for experimenting with new ideas and trying to grow. However, if we're going to do that, make it an actual pillar, make it an actual piece of your business versus just trying something, fake implementing it, seeing if it will catch fire, and then kind of taking that energy away from the tried and true pillars that you have come to know as, barriers of absolute pillars of success as we go. So with all of the internet, with all of the YouTube and everything at the tip of your hands, my biggest suggestion to you is to really establish 4 pillars in business. And then I have the sideline, right? If I have something that comes up, I can put it over there. But when I'm focusing, when I'm in production, when I'm trying to build, those relationships and continue my production moving forward at a high level, I'm going to focus on the 4 tried and true pillars. Now, in the downtimes when the seasons change or whatever, I'm obviously serving my clients within those pillars. And if there is time, I will grab another one of those pillars and say, hey, maybe we can build something out. But then I'm going to build it out. I'm going to give it a full go effort. I'm going to make sure that I'm doing the things that I need to have the setup, to have the back end, to have the systems and processes, and then I'm going to execute. Now, there comes a time, 12, 24 weeks after you start to execute, to look back, depending on what it is, and say, okay, that's actually something that can be a pillar. I can make it part of my consistent workflow, or maybe I don't need that, right? This is how you eliminate shiny object syndrome. So, as I mentioned, those tried and true established lead generation pillars, those are something that we absolutely need to focus on. I will tell you that I built most of my business through Sphere of Influence. I certainly use social media. I have a first responders program, and I also have industry partners as a pillar of my business. I have an entire course on exactly how I've built my business out that gives you opportunities to pick and choose certain social media avenues and accelerators and certain active lead generation pillars. Those are mine, and that's how I built it. But every single top producer, every single one of my buddies who's an icon agent or close to in the Wolfpack is talking about its sphere of influence, right? And how your sphere of influence is reacting. Because in the times where transactions really, got bogged down and really minimized, it was those people that knew, like, and trusted you, that you stayed top of mind with through whatever you did, mine social media, that really carried the day in this down, transaction cycle where it's not, people don't have the people to refer, right? And lead generation sites where, the internet leads were down, everything across the board is down if those transactions are down. But those relationships, those tried and true relationships are the ones that carry the day. And as we see, when the market goes down, a lot of agents get out of the market. So that sphere of influence, those number one raving fans, those are the people that are going to help continue to either share your stuff on social media, to point out what, to somebody who is in need, right? We saw a ton of people that were have to move kind of people, right? Had a major life event that caused them to have to move, a relocation, a death, a divorce, all those things. That's where we were generating a lot of our listings from. And so as we look back, it's really those relationships that you've managed. Certainly social media, you got to stay consistent so you're top of mind to those raving fans. But this is where people really accelerated their business. It wasn't like there was this brand new, lead generation pillar that came on the scene that just the top producers knew about. It was the stuff that they could focus on, the relationships, the conversations, because those top producers have more conversations regularly with the people that already know, like, and trust them, and the people that the know, like, and trust people referred to them. So that's exactly how you kind of stayed even keel. Certainly, my transaction count is down. However, my transaction volume is fairly stable, something to be proud of, right? Top 10 in my entire state of over 1,000 agents currently and growing. But that's exactly what it is. And so as we kind of head into this separation season, understand that your pillars are super important. So when you're setting those goals for 2025 and looking ahead, let's reflect on the past year. Let's see exactly where those transactions came from, even if they're, minimal. Where did they come from, and how can we build pillars around those businesses, around those lead generation, tactics? Maybe it was unintentional. Maybe it was referrals. Maybe it was industry partners. Maybe it was open houses. Whatever that is, let's see if we can take those moving forward. And so when we're setting our goals for 2025, we're going to look at those and be like, okay, this worked a little bit. Obviously, I got 2 people from open houses. So what can I do to execute on my open house strategy and take it to the next level so that I'm part of the rise? Because part of, what everyone's saying in relation to this article that came out about the lowest transaction count since 1995 is that they think, and the CEO of our company at our conference recently said, he predicts that the market will go up about 10%. So we'll have 10% more transactions. This is an absolute game changer for you. But we must have the pillars in place, because if we're just head on a swivel trying to do everything we possibly can to get a transaction, we're not going to be executing at the highest level in these lead generation pillars. And that's exactly what the course that I created is for. So if you have questions about that, you can comment Foundations Builder in the comments, and I'll certainly get you information on that. There's also a link below to my webinar that will take you there as well. So if you have any questions on that, let's talk. But as an agent right now in this goal setting season, you can't walk out the door without getting hit in the face with a goal setting seminar or a Zoom or whatever. So do these and go to these, but really focus on these pillars and how we're actually going to get you to the finish line, because there is massive opportunity. If you had a little bit of a down year, if you had a great year, let's solidify those pillars and let's absolutely crush 2025. And so this wasn't, meant to be a 2025 goal setting piece, but I wanted you to know that the consistent producers have structures in place and systems and processes to continue to go back to the well of the same lead generation pillars that have always worked for them based on their personality and their business. And if you can do that, let's do that. So I hope you got a little something from this. I hope you have a couple pillars in mind. If you need any assistance, please reach out. I'd be happy to kind of have a conversation with you to kind of dial in exactly what those pillars can be, because my secret is that if those pillars are things that you enjoy doing, sphere of influence, leveraging, groups that you're a part of and things like that in a positive way, then we can really focus on enjoying our life, enjoying the moment, and continuing to build an amazing business that we call real estate. So like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.